We're going to explain how to reverse a payment on the Nedbank app. Unfortunately, there isn't a direct reverse payment button within the Nedbank app for all transactions. The process depends heavily on the type of payment you made and the time elapsed since the transaction. Let's break down the different scenarios. 1. Stopping a pending payment. If the payment is still pending, meaning it hasn't yet been processed by the recipient's bank, you might be able to cancel it. Check your Nedbank app for pending transactions. Often there will be an option to cancel or delete before the payment is fully processed. This usually works for things like EFTs scheduled for a future date. Act quickly, as this window closes once the payment is processed. 2. Reversing an EFT payment. For EFTs that have already been processed, canceling them directly through the app isn't possible. You will need to contact Nedbank directly. Call their customer service number, which you can easily find on their website or app, and explain the situation. They'll guide you through the necessary steps, which might involve filling out forms and providing details about the transaction. Be prepared to explain why you need a reversal. Remember, successful reversal depends on factors like the recipient's bank and the transaction status. 3. Dispute a card payment, debit or credit. If the payment was made using your Nedbank debit or credit card, and you believe there's a problem, for example, fraudulent transaction, goods not received, you'll need to initiate a dispute. This typically involves logging into the app, finding the transaction, and reporting it as disputed. You may need to provide supporting documentation. The app should guide you through this process, providing options to escalate the dispute if necessary. The bank will investigate and decide whether to refund your money. This process can take some time. 4. Reversing a payment to another Nedbank account. If you mistakenly sent money to another Nedbank account, the process can be simpler. You might be able to initiate a reversal directly within the app, depending on the account type. Check for options within the transaction details, often relating to reversing the transaction to your account. If this option is unavailable, contacting Nedbank customer service is still the best approach. 5. Important considerations. Remember that reversing payments is not always possible. The success of a reversal depends on factors beyond your control, including the recipient's bank's policies and the time elapsed since the payment. The quicker you act, the higher your chances of success. Always keep records of your transactions and any communication with Nedbank. In summary, while the Nedbank app itself doesn't offer a universal reverse payment function, it provides tools for handling certain payment types. Contacting Nedbank customer service is usually necessary for more complex situations and is always advisable for a smoother resolution, particularly for already processed payments.